Hi, I'm Dennis Rodkin. I write the Deal Estate column in Chicago Magazine, and this is DEQs, where I answer readers' real estate questions. Annette in Lincolnwood asks, my husband and I are getting divorced. One of our main assets is the house. My husband is probably going to buy out my half of it. 10 years ago, we paid $690,000 for it. The appraisal we had done for it this summer as part of the divorce said $525,000. My husband thought that was too high, so he paid for another one. His appraiser said $470,000. Which do you think is more accurate? It makes about $26,000 difference to me. Looking at the data that we have on Lincolnwood, Annette, I'd estimate that the first one, $520,000, is the more accurate of the two appraisals. Now, I want to say that there are lots of issues in a divorce appraisal. I'm not a divorce lawyer, I'm not a judge, so I can't speak to those issues. Your question is specifically which of these appraisals is more accurate. From our charts, the latest prices in Lincolnwood are down about 26% from 2002 when you purchased. From your purchase price, 26% off is about $510,000. Now that's if the house has been maintained well since you bought it and if you've made no improvements. You don't mention improvements, so I'll assume none. And assuming that the house is essentially the same in the condition it was when you bought it, then if it's tracked directly with the median in your town, $520,000 is slightly generous but accurate. Again, that's if you haven't made any changes to the house, either positive or negative. $470,000 seems quite low. It's 36% below what you paid, or 6 percentage points below what the other appraiser said. When you say your husband paid an appraiser to do it, it makes it sound suspiciously as if maybe the husband paid the person to go low, but most appraisers cannot do that. They're bound by ethics standards and they have to make an arm's length assessment of the value. However, it's not surprising that the two appraisals would be somewhat different. Were they done several months apart? Perhaps the nature of the comparables changed. There was an uptick during the summer that would suggest that prices went up and your appraisal went up, but maybe the two appraisals were far enough apart that the two appraisers were using a different set of comparables. I'd look at the comparables in the two reports and find out if they overlap or if they're significantly different. Also, in the span between the two appraisals, did the condition of the house change substantially? For example, there was storm flooding in the basement and neither of you was willing to get it fixed, or you were distracted from getting it fixed. Now, the condition of the house would have to deteriorate a lot for the value to drop that much. Another possibility is a divorce appraisal is not always keyed to present value. Sometimes it's pegged to a past date, like the date of separation in the marriage or the date of filing for divorce. So there is the possibility that the two appraisers weren't working for the same date, and that would be something to check on. Now, I want to emphasize again that I don't know the divorce court rules on this, so you'd have to check with your attorney on exactly what to do next. But to your question, $520,000 seems closer to the target. To me, the fairest solution seems to be to get a third appraisal and take the average of the three. Thanks for your question. Send me more at dennis@rodkin.com.